Do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. What's happening? All right, today we're going to talk about the difference between a green card and a visa as a brief topic. Some of y'all know about this already. Then we're going to hit down and talk about the fee increases, maybe even some marriage fraud, and answer your questions. Friends, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting. I practice immigration law in the United States and across the world, helping you solve your immigration problem and maybe prevent the problem from happening in the first place. How's that sound? All right, so let's get down to it. I see that got some questions. Drop it in the comment section. All right, welcome to do that. I will try to get to it as soon as I can. But some of y'all, this topic came about because some people call in and they ask, "Can I get citizenship?" And when people ask it that way, they typically don't even have resident status or even a non-immigrant visa. So, because they seem a little excited as if they don't know the steps, basically, and that's okay. We're all about it here at Green Card Guys TV. We're here to share the steps. So, generally speaking, there's several different ways. Some people cross the border without a visa, some with a B1, B2, some with a border crossing card, and then they come here, may have overstayed their visa. Maybe someone entered United States with a student visa or maybe J1, like an intern, work somewhere for a couple months, like a summer camp counselor. So there's a au pair, a nanny, essentially. So many different scenarios. Okay. So let's say this: if you enter with a visa, it's called a non-immigrant visa. Okay. There is something called immigrant visa, and that translates to a green card, resident status. So, but not many people are in that situation. Okay. It's usually like a non immigrant visa, which essentially means you're going to be here in the United States temporarily. Some could be for 1 year, 2 years. If it's a visitor visa, typically it's authorized up to 6 months at a time. Yes, the actual visa in the passport typically is 10 years. But when you enter the United States with any of those visas, you need to check your I-94. So they still are supposed to stamp your passport, but you got to check online. You can Google search CBP I-94 and it's supposed to pop up. You need to enter your passport number, expiration date, your name, things like that. All right. To give you an idea. And because they used to hand it in a little card, a white card, many years ago. It's probably changed at least 6+ years ago. All right. So that's the visa part. And then some people ask, well, can I go from visa to residency, green card? Um, yes, it's possible, but it's not like checking the box, like that's the next step, and you just file a change of status application and that's it. No, unfortunately, there are several different opportunities, pathways to get residency. It's not a direct path. So because I think when people say like, is there a direct path? It's more like makes it seem like I don't want to say entitled, but it's like that it's a clean pathway, and it's not necessarily. You still have to be eligible for it. There's many different legal requirements per pathway. Okay, so residency, you could obtain that through family member, which most people know, um, or it could be through a company, which I recommend through a company, especially if you have a family preference a petition on file and they have some family preference, especially if it's a sibling, your U.S. citizen brother or sister filed for you. But I just checked yesterday, it's about a 17-year wait time, minimum 17 years. Will it go down? Would be great. Congress wanted to get rid of it about 10 years ago. Was it 2008, I believe? The Gang of Eight, whenever that happened. So yeah, that give you an idea. Again, happy to answer some questions. I will get to them soon. I just want to do a little intro topic today. and then talk about some other things that you need to know. And after that is after you get residency, there's a wait period in terms of eligibility to apply for citizenship. The United States calls it naturalization. A lot of us lawyers don't really like that phrasing because it seems like it's just not like just doesn't seem natural, like a humanly type of process. So, but they call it naturalization. Anyways, um, so yeah, there's a 3-year wait time if you got residency through a spouse, or maybe it's through VAWA, then it's 3 years. Otherwise, it's default 5 years. They You would think they would make it shorter. Maybe you could pay an extra fee, like triple the fee, double the fee, whatever it is, because some people do want to really become a citizen for whatever reason. And obviously, I mean, most people so they can sponsor a family member. So maybe that's why they're trying to slow down the chain migration. I'm sorry, I shouldn't speak it like it's conservative. It's expand the family tree so they can come on over. All right. Now to answer some questions. And of course, sorry, right before I get into answering some questions, um, my name is John Ting. I practice immigration law, and USCIS fees are going up. I picked the wrong image on my TikTok, but USCIS fees are going up. It's a for sure thing. It is effective. Not today. It was announced about sometime earlier this week, but it's going up April 1st, 2024. And no, it is not an April Fool's joke. It's not an early April Fool's. It is for real. It is the real deal. Okay, if you don't believe me, let me go and share on my screen, at least on Facebook and YouTube. Let me see right here. I'm all about sharing the real time information, or information in real time. I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. It's on the first little bulletin here. USCIS issues final rule to adjust, meaning change, certain immigration and naturalization fees. And this is the first time actually since 2016. They tried to increase it during Trump. Hopefully, y'all can hear me on TikTok because sometimes it says bad connection or unstable. So hopefully, y'all can stay on, or I can stay on. All right, so there it is. Let me click learn more. There's more information here. I actually created a chart, a Google sheet to show like the most common forms that people apply for. So if you want a copy, let me know. All right. Otherwise, you may have to fumble through like 400 plus pages. All right. YT Tops, what's going on? Your question on YouTube, you got your 485 approved in December 2023. Congrats to you. But when you initially applied in August 2022, you didn't disclose you had a ticket for driving with no license, 2019. Will this be an issue when applying for 751? I don't believe so. That's good that you're thinking about it. Um, I always like to have clients share that. Ooh, camera moved just because I moved the computer. Okay. Hopefully that can. Okay. I don't know how that did that. Um, it's not as clear on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's a traffic citation, so they shouldn't hold that against you. It's not something in general they would deny your application in the first place for a traffic violation. But it is good to, especially for folks who have not, because technically in 485 application, let me see here if I can share that with y'all. Pretty sure towards the end of the form it asked that question related to arrest, citation, conviction. Let's see. All right. But in general, it should not affect you. You do, yeah, cited. Okay, here we go. So let me show my screen here. YT Tops, if you're still on. Okay, so it's question number 25. And it says, have you ever been arrested, cited? So cited is where that's referring to typically like a traffic violation. charged or detained for any reason by law enforcement. So it because these questions are ridiculously long, it can get a little confusing. But yeah, I would have checked mark yes, but ultimately you did your biometrics, and if anything, they should have known. But I would not be too concerned about that. Hopefully that helps you out. Don't definitely don't. You should not need to lose sleep over it. Okay. I see you just copy and paste your question. So hopefully you just heard what I said. Because I can't go back. All right. Good morning, Rodeski. You're a new GC holder. Congrats to you. I remember you commenting before because I don't think I've seen anyone else with a similar name. But you're wondering if you still have to deal with I-94 when traveling. Oh hell no, you don't have to deal with the I-94 anymore. No, no, no. Thankfully, that's such a hassle. So yeah, I-94 is only related to non-immigrant visas. Fortunately, thank you so much for asking. All right. Now some comments on TikTok. Let's see what y'all got. By the way, I went am I sick? I sound kind of sick. I'm much better than last week. Go get it, Webby. Thank you for asking. Commentate, why is it 17 years? So you're referring back to when I mentioned about siblings. So I'm referring to the process in general. It's because there's a limitation on visas, number of visas to issue out every year. They call it fiscal year. So the end of fiscal year for the government is end of September. So it resets October 1st. So yeah, usually it's September around September, August, September is where it slows down the movement on the visa bulletin, for example. So commentate, I'm not referring to the petition itself. Petition could take like 2 years, but really it's like that part is like the rubber stamp situation. It's more about the visa bulletin, the wait time on that. So a different phase of the case. All right, let me go back up. Bye bye 103. You have advanced parole based on marriage. Congrats. Pending asylum in USCIS, you filed with USCIS. Can you travel outside? Yeah, you can travel outside with advanced parole, assuming it's valid, unexpired, and you don't have any arrest, but do not go to the country that you fled, your country of nationality. I think that's definitely safe to say. Um, let's see. Tammy, welcome back. I don't know why. Sometimes it won't let me pin the comment or question. There we go. Okay, so for everyone else to see, Tammy has a work authorization. She's wondering if she needs to apply for a social security number. So on the try to make a long answer short as possible. On the 765 application, it does have a question on if you want to that you check mark if you want to receive the social security number. Now, if it's been there's not like a clear cut rule on the timing when Social Security Administration SSA.gov is going to mail it to you, but typically they're triggered as a next step to mail that to your home wherever you live after you get the work permit. And that seems to be generally about 3 to 4 weeks. Now, if you're waiting, it's already been for sure a month, then just go to your local SSA office to request it. Of course, show proof that you have a work permit. Um, Unfortunately, haven't had a client been told no, even when because the past year it seems like there's been a lot of issues with that in terms of the workflow. Um, Trying to go in order. I apologize if I skip you on accident. Let's see. Okay, Islam Shuma. If mom is a green card holder and apply for 21-year-old son, how long will it take to come? Uh, a heck of a long time. Let me see if I can pull it up on the visa bulletin. Give you well, what country is is a brother? I guess your brother. What country is that? And when was your priority date? So I can give you a better idea. In the meantime, to be honest, this is where YouTube is easier or Facebook because it's easier for me to scroll. using my mouse, but I gotta use my finger in case you comment later. Okay, Islam is my identity. Ask, your interview was in March 1st year? Do you mean last year? And you're supposed to get a decision in 2 weeks. Who told you were supposed to get a decision in 2 weeks? The officer? They're lying. They shouldn't tell you that. And where was the interview? In America or abroad? What should you do? What can you do now? I need to know a little more information. Is this a case abroad or is this in the United States? Because if this is in the United States and you haven't received your decision, you had an interview last year, March, then I would say it's time to sue if you need to. Now, if it's abroad, I would still wait about 2 more months. Well, I guess no, one more month because we're February 2nd. My God, time flies. Let me see if I got some comments on YouTube. Okay, let's move forward here. By the way, folks, we appreciate you joining live and asking questions. Thank you so much for your trust. I know there's a bunch of other immigration attorneys. Give us a follow, okay, on your respective platform. On TikTok, you can do it up here, apparently. I'm still trying to learn the platforms. All right. XO, can you work while waiting for your green card in EAD? It depends. Typical lawyer answer, it depends. Now, if your sponsor is a US citizen spouse, then yeah, you can actually work. But for any other category, I guess if you're the parent and you had a adult child filing for you, that's also okay. And that's because we call that immediate relative. And in the law policy manual, it does actually allow you to work without authorization. No one's going to outright tell you that, but the policy manual phrases it that way. And happy to share that with you if you want to jump on a meeting. Okay. So by the way, if y'all have a question that I'm not able to answer at all here because of the nature of so many questions here, or I don't go as in depth as you were hoping for, which is likely going to be the scenario. Then welcome to go to our website, greencardguys.com, and click on Contact Us and our team. You're going to be after you complete the form, you're going to get redirected to our calendar. Okay, just to be upfront with you, it is not the attorney calendar. I used to have it that way, but it just really overslammed our attorneys. So the first meeting is going to be with our cares team specialists. They are not attorneys, but I train them as if they were. Okay, but they're not able to give you legal advice. So please don't be so insistent for them to answer the question. They often feel bad actually, just because of course I talk to them about our mission as a team. Um, but reserve those questions for an attorney. But the care team specialists will chat with you to learn more if we can even help you. All right. How international student get green card in US? That's a pretty user 5214. That's a pretty broad question. For those type of questions, you're welcome to request one of our webinar invites. We're getting we're getting that started pretty soon in February. We're going to roll out a couple, one every couple weeks. So stay tuned for that. The best thing is DM us your email, and we'll invite you. Just let us know in the message, TikTok message. Let us know which webinar you want. Okay, because this is it's like a whole lesson basically. It could last all day. Rigo, if you get the combo card, I guess I am sick. I'm still coughing. If you get the combo card with VAWA, working you travel with the work travel permit. I mean, anywhere. I mean, as long if you didn't file for asylum, that you're not restricted to go to your country of nationality. Sometimes, so on that 131 application, some of y'all may only put one country. I put several for our clients, okay? Because you never know. It's not just about family. It could be just for like vacation, right? So, but for most people, it's usually like maybe to visit family, maybe they have a honeymoon somewhere, or they have close friends somewhere else. We add that country, for example, because you just never know when you have to go visit. But let's see. Cali fam, can a minor child apply for tourist visa While on the pending I-130 petition, I would only recommend that if it was immediate relative classification. Okay. So let me show you. Let me show you here. Oh, you're on TikTok, so I guess I can't show you. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're a US citizen, Cali fam, and you're filing for your unmarried child that's who is under 21, then yes, that would be considered immediate relative. And because he or she as a child entered with a visa, that's oh, I'm misunderstanding your question. Can a minor child apply for a tourist visa? I was thinking I transposed it. Okay. Um, no one's gonna stop. The State Department's not gonna stop it. There's not like one question like, "Do you have a pending application on file?" But they likely would deny the tourist visa. Unfortunately, they likely would deny it, but nothing. Even if it's denied, that doesn't hurt. That will not hurt the. It's not intended to affect the actual green card process, the consular processing. Okay, but you never know. I mean, most of the time when it's that kind of situation that I heard of, other people asking that they or telling us that they got denied, it's because it's a marriage case. But with a child, I'm not actually sure. But try it out. Let us know. Keep us updated. I mean, if you're willing to pay, I think it's $160. Okay, I see some more questions. Hey, what's up, Cadix El Santo? Roots and Roots. What kind of business is that? A business or is that your channel? You got a question. You filed the AOS and it's been 30 days. Haven't heard back from them. You sent it to Chicago Lockbox. Yeah, that's a pretty common location. Have you do you have the tracking delivery information and all that? I say it's still okay. I mean, yeah, typically it's like 4 to 5 weeks to get your receipt notice. But as long as you feel comfortable, you have the track information, let's give it up to 2 months. And if still nothing, then definitely submit inquiry to the tools and resources page on the USCIS website. Okay, Lucky Rahman, you have a Roots and Roots. It's your channel. Okay, cool. I should check that out. Yes, you do have a tracking delivery. Okay, cool. Um, that's good at least. Okay, Lucky Rahman, you're a U.S. citizen and you petitioned for a Jamaican husband 7 months ago, and you applied for a work perm. He applied for work from H2B. Can he work in the US on that visa despite pending I-130 petition? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as long as he gets through the interview, the visa interview, then sure. And then we should chat, Lucky. All right, we should chat with your husband. We'll talk more, but hopefully he gets approved in the first place. Okay, for the H2P. Alrighty. No, let me Google search roots and roots before I forget. All right, so I have that ready to check out later. All right, so onwards. Lovely on TikTok. Why security clearance after 485 interview, marriage-based case? Yeah, it's a bunch of BS. Not everyone has that kind of situation. But how long has it been for you? How long has it been for you that you're waiting since the interview, Lovely, on TikTok? Back to Lucky on YouTube. Should you fill out the form on a website? Yeah, if you can, that's the best way because you're able to, share information on the website, and you're gonna get redirected to a calendar that you'll chat with our cares team specialist. Okay, and they'll qualify you for a strategy session at no cost to you. Thank you so much. Greencardguys.com. Okay, there you go. And by the way, if y'all appreciate the information the way we share it, I say we, my team, but me here on the shows, please go to reviewtinglaw.com. Reviewtinglaw.com. And even if you have spoken with actually one of our cares team specialists, or premier associate attorneys, please give feedback on that. We really care about customer service. It's really important to us. Thank you, Lucky. Okay, roots and roots. You're from Uganda. Your wife is a retired military citizen. Thank you so much for her service to the country. She gets disability consultation. Okay. Do you have to worry about filing taxes? Um, if she's not earning income, then she doesn't have to file taxes. I can't remember exactly, or maybe she is earning income, which includes, for example, disability compensation. From what I understand, I'm not a tax lawyer, but receiving any kind of money is considered income. Actually, I did take a tax law class, so that's what I learned. Money in your account means income, regardless how what the source was. Um, but there's a threshold, so I can't remember exactly. Um, but happy to share a link if you like us. We have your information. So you said, how do you contact us? Okay. Yeah, greencardguys.com. I think I just wrote it in there in a chat box. So check it out, at least on YouTube and Facebook. Click on contact us. All righty. And then if anything, a CARES team member will try to reach out after you complete that form. I think that's our process. We just slightly changed it a bit. So please bear with us as we try a new thing in 2024. All to really get you started. And here's the deal. I mean, you might think like some of y'all who've never contacted a lawyer before might think, oh, John's so quick, blah, blah. I do that for a reason because sometimes your scenarios, some people have deadlines. And by the time you find us and you want our service, I don't want that deadline to pass up, right? Simply because of logistics. So of technology using technology. This day and age in 2024, technology should not be an excuse. So we really use it to be able to help you. Help us help you understand your case better because we want to let you know as soon as possible if we can help you. And maybe my team has to get back to you in like a couple hours. Sometimes that happens, but if anything, we refer you to another lawyer to get you in the right direction. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, lovely. Let me see if I got your follow up here. Welcome to the show, folks. Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting. I practice immigration law in the United States, helping you solve your immigration problem, maybe prevent the problem from happening in the first place. All right. Lovely. I didn't see a follow up comment, so I'm going to move on to the next question. Let's see. Ophelia Lucia on TikTok. What state are we located in? We are in Houston, Texas. And yes, we do have a physical office. I know there's some attorneys out there on social media that really living their life, a remote attorney, um, and they call themselves a virtual law firm. We got an office. If for some reason you think we did something wrong and you want to come down from California, Wyoming, down to Houston, we're here. Say what's up. Let's go get some food. Let's chow down. All right. So, but yeah, some people are concerned about virtual lawyers. We're legit. You can find I have my license in Texas. But come on down. Okay. Um oh, Islam said Bangladesh. Okay. Well, I need to know your prior date. So that's an example of scheduling with us. Lily Sack and 3.0 also asked, do you do consult? Yeah, we absolutely offer it. We offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Unfortunately, not for everyone. You have to be pre-qualified by our cares team specialist, and most people are qualified. We just we just get a lot of inquiries, so that's why we have to have this step by step. Although we are pretty quick to get that done for you. Okay, your Nettie Yee, your mother is withheld from removal. I think you mean maybe withholding removal. Did she get that approved? If so, I mean, congratulations. I mean, at least she got something approved, so she doesn't have to leave. She has 4 U.S. citizen children. How can you help her? That's very nice of you. Well, so the Department of Homeland Security is ridiculous. I think you know that already. And just had to come up close and tell you this. And we filed requests for prosecutorial discretion to get those old cases that have removal order, whether it's withholding removal or just a regular removal order, to get that reopened and have that case vacated because he or she may have a family member, such as adult son or daughter, to file a petition for them. Some clients come to us and say they already did file a petition to them. Um, but here's the deal. In some cases, Department of Homeland Security finally got back to us and said, "Yes, we'll reopen it, close it out." Some have not gotten back to us. Some have gotten back to us and actually reviewed the file from 20 plus years ago, said, there's credibility issues, so they're not going to grant the PD, prosecutorial discretion. So even though the Supreme Court last year, in late June, said, when Texas and other conservative states sued the federal government saying you can't use this prosecutorial discretion. Supreme Court said, no, you can't. Like states, you can't get into the business of this, which is kind of interesting. They basically said the same thing again to Texas because of their little, not little, their fencing. Basically, have a prison fence in the water. It's freaking ridiculous. I mean, I understand why they're doing that. Okay, but still, that is ridiculous. That's not humane. Anyway, long story short, back to PD and court cases. Um, the risk is upon you. Is the risk, if anything, it's monetary, right? If you want our help, you want another attorney's help, I think it's worth it. I'm trying not to be biased, but I think it's worth it because under Biden administration, who knows how long he's going to be in office? I know the media media can't is not supposed to be able to control politics, but they share things, right? Depends who's watching, what channel. So we don't know who's going to be president next year, right? Because election, I think, is this year, November 2024. So January 2025 could be still Biden or a new president. So with that being said, the policy could change. So if you got a situation like what's your name on TikTok? Long story short, uh I don't remember who asked me this, but yeah, you might want to consider it. If you're still hesitant, give us a call. Happy to chat. Let's see. Go get a Webby says your mom and dad do the same jobs as lawyer, I guess, for cheaper. Yeah, I get it. Might want to tell them that their practice. I'm assuming they don't have a license to practice law, so they might want to be careful. But hey, if they're getting by and not getting caught, wish them all the best. But in Texas, that's a felony. So it's interesting. In Miami, they have a bunch of notarios, and they actually have lettering on the window that says "not an immigration lawyer." Yet, as like go get a Webby's parents still get hired. So buyer beware. I mean, it's America. Um, I know there's a lot of lawyers that hate on that, but hey, it's America. I get it. Trying to make an income. I understand. But please know, immigration is not just papers. Okay. Some of y'all might have a clear cut case. Some of you don't. We get that. And so that's why we talk about a lot of problems about immigration on this channel, Green Card Guys TV, because there's a crap load of problems for sure. All right. So we're happy to walk you through it. All right. Moving on. Hey, Oscar. Hello. Thanks for the follow earlier. It's been 30 days since you mailed to Chicago Lockbox. They haven't sent you anything. I'm assuming it's your second comment. You're from Seattle. This haven't sent you a receipt notice. Yeah, 30 days. We usually that's our experience. Usually like 3 to 5 weeks get a receipt notice. But if you got peace of mind that you have the tracking number, then hopefully they get back to you within the next another 30 days. If not, then USCIS does. You could call in, but they should have a. Let's see here. USCIS inquiry under tools and resources. And I think they have one option that says no receipt notice. Which is, yeah, did not receive notice by mail, which is kind of weird that People are still able to send this in. Oh, because if you use the form because it asks for receipt number, so some people, if they didn't, submit the form G1145 to receive a text or email with the receipt number, then you wouldn't know it. Okay, so by the way, folks, if you're trying to file your own case, an application, you use number 1, use, 3 tips here. Pay for FedEx, UPS, USPS with tracking delivery, okay? Because of, Oscar's situation right now. I think someone else asked this. And number 2, scan all your documents before you mail it, okay, so you have a copy because USCIS will ask for something that you already sent them. I know, it's ridiculous. And number 3, what was number 3? Provide that form G1145 so you can put your email, phone number. So you might randomly, after you mail in the application, get a bunch of first 3 digits, first 3 characters or alphabet, and then the rest of it is digits. So that's your receipt number. Roots and roots or roots and routes. Okay, sounds good. I'll check it out. Check out your channel. Alrighty. Diana B on TikTok. Does approved VAWA make you exempt from the 10-year ban? Does being undocumented make you ineligible? No, it doesn't make you ineligible. In fact, that cures it in a sense. But 10-year ban, we have to find out, did you actually trigger the 10-year ban or like where you left and came back? Because if that's the case, then it actually triggers the permanent bar if you re-entered without status. But if you're here, you never left, then yeah, that definitely cures it as well. We would need to look more into your situation. But it's intended, VAWA was intended to give you more leeway. Let's put it that way. Nawa G's, Nawa G, I-130 visa processing time. Um, you mean after I-130's been approved? I need more information. Can't randomly speculate. I need to know like what kind of family member, what's your PD, what's your priority date. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out, folks, what is a good medium. So we have, the channels here. It's just free flowing, quick question response. I mean, no, no question is really quick. I try to make it quick. I usually have more follow up questions, like I did for this person, Nawaji. But I'm trying to figure out another situation where, for someone like Nawaji, like I can actually walk through, like how I do on YouTube usually, share my screen. But it takes more time, right? So I was thinking like a webinar or something. Let me know in the comments what you think, but I just don't think it could be on this platform because, this TT platform, I can't share my screen. So anyways, just want to offer that service. That could be like once every 2 weeks or something, once a month. Um you would probably have to submit a form so we have that information on hand and then walk you through it. Okay. Um, and I don't think we would charge for that. We'll see. It depends how much how much of an audience we get because we want to be able to make sure we get through it. Okay. Let's see. Just food for thought. Are there Mahendranagar? Are there new rules in the visa overstay? I don't know what you're referring to. Let us know what you're talking about. Nothing in the law has changed other than fee increases, by the way. Fee increases. Okay, it's effective April 1st, 2024. If you did not hear me talk about this earlier, it is not an April Fool's joke. It's not an early April Fool's joke. It's the real deal. It's going to happen. Okay. I shared my screen the other day of the final rule. I did it earlier in the show. Thanks for the rose, Nati. Appreciate it. Okay, triple watermelons. You got a GC via work, September 22 and 3/23. You got married. You married a U.S. citizen. Okay, when can you get citizenship? So I know what you're saying. Are you eligible for a 3-year or 5-year eligibility to become a citizen? It's the 5 years because that's how you got it through work. You didn't get residency through your spouse. It's how you obtain residency, not your current marital status only. SWS, getting green card spouse based, or I guess your spouse is filing for you. Have I seen cases get approved with that with minor traffic infractions? Yeah, of course. Fortunately, even when there's some crimes, it's still okay. You want to check with immigration lawyer 101. I had have to share that disclaimer. Oscar asked, marriage fraud, the state is the superior third party. You were never told. I trying to figure out how that's phrased as a question. I don't know if you want me to answer something. I think I understand what you're trying to say, but please phrase it as a question. I'll try to get back to you. Ophelia, Ophelia asked, you're a DACA recipient. Should you apply for advanced parole? Will it help your case when you try to get your GC? Yeah, it will. Um, you could apply for it now, but it's limited reasons. You can't just apply and say, I just want to travel. And you have to give them some kind of reason. Maybe it's based on work, a work conference. There's a couple of the reasons. I believe the other one's like for medical emergency, or maybe your family member, God forbid, passed away. Um, we're actually trying one. I think we tried one several months ago. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know all my cases because my team handles it. But I go in there when they need help, of course. But what's it called? I know we tried one. It's probably still in process, based on not a funeral, but a memorial. So it could have been several years after the fact, after the passing. So, but you don't. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is there are limited reasons, and you don't have to wait until you're. Let's say you have a spouse who's going to file for you. Adi, Adi, can you file for another reentry permit 6 months? Um, what does AF mean in this situation? After you just use a reentry permit to go to another country. Um, I mean, yeah, if your reentry permit's about to expire, I would definitely like 6 months or less. I would go file it ASAP, especially when you think you're going to have a likelihood of being outside U.S. For more than 6 months in a calendar year. Okay, avocado lassi. I do like my avocados. Was an international student. You overstayed because of COVID in 2020. Can you still marry your citizen girlfriend? Yeah, absolutely. You can't, because you enter with a F1 visa. That's what I infer. Then you're going to be able to adjust status. Call you. You're eligible based on 245A in the law, Immigration Nationality Act. And as long as you did not leave the United States after your last legal entry, then doesn't there's no issue with waiver because you can. Your girlfriend is a citizen, so good luck. Wish you all the best. By the way, folks, advice like this, I'm sorry, information like this, please do not construe as advice. You really still need to talk to a lawyer 101, because your scenario right now is not fully covered in its limited character space, right? Usually, our file on our computer has a lot of questions. So, we do have a lot of follow up questions that I'm just not as easily able to do on social media. So, please keep that in mind. We'll still have a lot of questions to verify your situation. How long would it take a petition for siblings, countries of Philippines? So MG, the petition itself, that's like phase number one out of three. We break it down to three phases for a family-based case. The that petition could take several years. And you might think, well, why does the heck does it take several years? Like, it actually doesn't matter that it takes several years. If anything, is a benefit the way the calculation formula works. If, for example, your siblings have children, because the longer a petition takes, it actually um, secures, I guess, what we call lock in the CPSA, CP, CSPA, Child Status Protection Act. So many acronyms. It's like I'm in the military, but I'm not. Okay. Okay. User 9526. NVC approved your case, no, October 3rd, long going to, how long to get a visa interview? So, folks, I've noticed this a couple times. Some people have said NVC approved your case. It's not approved, okay? Because approved sounds like you're getting the actual benefit. The green card, for example, does not mean approved. Your case at that point with National Visa Center is documentarily qualified. So if you see some acronym like DQ, that's what it means. So it basically means you just moved on to the next step. Does not mean approved, okay? Because it can be misleading if you say approved. Mia, yes, we do help with T visa. It's very unfortunate that those scenarios are happening, but yeah, we're happy to help. Uh, Carrie, Phoebe, yeah, you sure can go to prison for marriage fraud. We've received calls like that. We refer them. They didn't need help with us. They need help with a criminal defense lawyer on the federal level. Up to 5 years in prison, and was it 250,000? The other day I thought it was 225,000. 250 hundies. 250,000 hundies. Okay. By the way, folks, if you have a question, you don't have to ask me or tell me you have a question. Just go ahead and ask it. Um, thank you for being so um, polite to ask that. Hey, Max, I'm impressed with you adding all that information in there, a little tiny spot. The IR1 MVC DQ'd. All right, so you know what DQ means. All right, 12 2022, 601A. Okay. Do I know the time frame for CETA? Wait, you just got approved the 601A? Congrats to you. Oh, 12 2024. I see your second comment. Phew, well, probably well, first of all, update. Sorry, I always like to share more information. First of all, update the National Visa Center that your 601A was approved, okay? And provide them a approval notice because they don't really communicate. I mean, when I say really, I mean they don't communicate between the agencies, USCIS and NVC. But usually, I think the safe number is 6 months. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I skip people because I don't understand their question, to be honest, and it doesn't seem like a question; it seems more like a statement. So, let's see. Hi, user 2071. How long to take approval after you receive the prima facie? I think yours is VAWA, if I saw that correctly. So, it depends because it depends how soon you got the prima facie. Some people get in like 6 months, some people get 1 year later, year and a half. But in general, if you were abused by a US citizen spouse and you file for 45, the 45 itself could be on average 3 years. Okay. Okay. So I can answer two more questions, folks. Thanks, Sabu, for the roses. Two more questions, then I might pass out. What the heck? I liked my own live? That's weird. Did not mean to do that. Okay, well, this is a good time to share with you. If you appreciate the way we share information, we really mean me, but my team as well. Please give us a follow on your respective platform. I think a TikTok also pops up here. Otherwise, you go up here. All right, we really appreciate it. If you appreciate again and you need more answers, you need a solid strategy plan so that you can secure your legal status. Give us a call or just go to our website first, greencardguys.com. Click on contact page, contact us, and answer a few questions, and it'll redirect you to a calendar. You can schedule time with a care team specialist. So, and get pre qualified for a consult strategy session at no cost to you. All right, now to the final two questions. I'm just going to randomly pick here. Okay, there we go, Sabu. Your category is F2B, okay? Your PD is not current and you're in the US with what? What are you here with? Are you eligible to get an EAD based on family? No. If that's all you're telling me, then no. You need to be here on a non-immigrant visa. Please, please do not make the mistake of overstaying if you still have valid status, because your case is likely going to take a long time. So let me see if I have the visa bulletin still up. Nope, I don't. Let me see. Go back. Okay. Um, which country? Did you share what country you're from? F2B. Ooh, yeah. Definitely don't want to risk it. Even F2A is February 2020 for all other countries listed, not China, India, Mexico, or Philippines. But F2B, it's October 2015. So that's at least 7 years in general. I don't know what your PD is again, but yep. I don't know if that answers your question. Oh, student. Okay, good, good. Glad you're a student visa. So, hey, after you graduate from undergrad, go for your master's. If not, if money's not an issue, or you get a scholarship. So as long as you continue the non-immigrant visa while you're here, but the alternative before you graduate, let's say you're about to graduate this May, it's February now. March 1st is registration for H-1B. So give us a call. Anyone who's interested about, and you have a potential company who said they're interested in sponsoring you. Maybe they don't have a whole lot of information. That's okay. We have a series of short videos that explain the process because people need to know. HR needs to know. And you don't want to waste your time putting all your eggs in one basket for this employer. And then come to find out, like we had one HR person said, "So is this person eligible to become a citizen?" I was like, "You got to be kidding me! You have no idea the process." So there's a lot of steps involved. So you definitely want to be upfront with people that you need sponsorship. Hopefully, the vibe is good. You don't want to say that outright in the beginning of the interview, and throws people off. But don't hide it either. Okay, that'd be a waste of time for everyone. All right, and Hinfo on YouTube, you made a mistake on appending your end date to your current marriage online. The date was supposed to be for your spouse's previous marriage. Is there a way to correct it online? Hmm. I'm not sure. I don't think you can. I don't think you can go back and edit it, but you can just update them when you get RFE or at the interview. We've been able to do something like that on other scenarios. Okay, folks. I just got a calendar reminder that I got to go to my next meeting, but I did promise one more question. I'll randomly pick right here. Okay, thoughts about naturalization, removing conditions, same same day? Is it hard? It's not really about hard or not or difficult. It's just about if you're eligible and if you want peace of mind. Um, I don't think everyone needs a lawyer. It's about peace of mind, really. But as long as you're eligible for naturalization, did you get married? How'd you get residency? Is it through a spouse? Um, has it already been 3 years or within 3 months of 3 years? Then yeah, you can file for naturalization. But most people don't file at the same time. It's having filed remove condition first before the 2 years expire. Then by around the third year, 2 years and 9 months, then you can file for naturalization. All right. Hopefully that helps. All right. Wish y'all all the best. Okay. Yeah, through marriage. So yeah, you get a 3-year rule, Nati. Thanks so much for the roses. And if I can share one more thing, don't marry your friend. Okay. Don't do any marriage fraud stuff. It's not worth it. Unless you want to pay 250,000 and go to 5 years in jail. I don't think so. All right. Y'all have a good one. Wish you all the best. Take care.